Okay, I think. Okay, apologies. Can we hear? Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yes. Apologies. I don't know. Something just tripped my this thing off, but I'm back on now. Yes. A very good evening to you. Well, from my end, it's evening here in the United Kingdom. Today is Sunday, the 8th of August, 2021, and this is the Comrade and Friends. This is a special edition, by the way. My name is Comrade Lamte Oriaki, and as usual, I have the team, the Musketeers of the Comrade Show. But this edition is quite special because, again, we have some other persons who are going to be joining us in the course of this program. And we have some issues right now. Of course, making the round in Edo State is a major topic of debate, and that is the issue of land grabbing. And because of that, there's going to be a protest in Benin City tomorrow, at least a protest to draw the attention of the authorities in Edo State, government and traditional institutions, to this problem that has become a huge menace to Edo people all over the world. And we have invited the organizers of this protest to come and tell us, what they have put together and why we are protesting. But before much ado, let me quickly bring on, the Musketeers of the Comrade Show. I call them Comrade and Friends. I have right in the house my brother, your friend, Comrade, for the sake of this program, Comrade, Pharmacist Austin Iremira. Pharmacist Austin, please.
Thank you so much, my brother, Comrade Lamte. It's always a pleasure and good to be in the Comrade Show, the 8th of August, 2021. My people, I greet you now well. I say good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. As a comrade has introduced, it's going to be a very jam-packed program, but we rest assured that you watching us will do our best to make the program as interesting as ever. It's the Sunday tonic. You are welcome, and I beg all of us to share, listen, and share. Thank you so very much.
Yes, thank you very much, my brother Austin. Like he said, listen and share. And of course, from him, we have nicknamed this program the Sunday Tonic. I equally have, of course, the other musketeer of the Comrade Show. You all know him, and that is Comrade Dr. Tony Osakmama Agboansevaife in the house.
Thank you very much, Comrade Lamte Kpomosariaki, my brother over there. And Pharmacist Iremira, Comrade Pharmacist Iremira. Thank you so much. It's always a pleasure being with you guys on this platform. Our people watching all over the world, I want to welcome you all to today's show. It promises to be a bumper one. I hope you're all having a nice day wherever you are. Please share the broadcast both on our handles on YouTube and Facebook. Thank you for joining us.
Oh, yes. Yes. Like I said earlier, we have some invitees. As they come, they're going to be joining the program. A number of them are actually coming. But we have right now in the house one of the organizers of the protest for tomorrow. Remember, there's been a lot of controversies. We saw a footage of a lady whose landed property in a community was forcefully taken over by some people, but we're going to be talking about these people and the kind of problems they have been to those states and, everybody. But one of the organizers of the protests, who is fighting to ensure that this menace is nipped in the bud is Mrs. Kola Edokbayi, and it's right here in the studio. Comrade Edokbayi, Say hello to the people, sir. They want to know you are here. You are muted, sir. You may want to unmute.
Okay. Good evening, my brothers. My brothers, I don't think there's a lady there yet. Good evening, my brothers, both home and diaspora. I'm highly ecstatic and exhilarated to join Comrade Show for the first time. We have been hearing the good work our brother is using this platform to do. I say every other thing may be blind, but history is not blind. I want to use this opportunity to call on my brothers and sisters, both owner and diaspora, to share this video. We must all come out to say Kabudo rejectamenta to land grabbing. Thank you.
Yes, that's a comrade. He's already putting on the toga of his comradeship. Yes, but we're going to start quickly. First and foremost, it's a sad day for Edo State. Many of us woke up this morning to receive a very bad news.
Yes.
And Edo State is not in a very happy mood, as it were. But I'm going to pass the baton quickly to my brother Austin Iremira to, of course, lead us through why Edo State is sad today. Yes, Comrade Iremira, please.
Thank you so much, my brother, Comrade Lamptey, for that brief intro. Edo is truly sad. Edo is in a mourning mood. Today, we lost a true son of Edo, a Benin man, an Edo State citizen, and a true Nigerian. In the early hours of this morning, information filtered in of the death of Captain Osa Wes Okumbo, often and popularly referred to as Captain Osa. It was reported that he passed away in the early hours of this morning in a private hospital in London, United Kingdom. Captain Osa, until his death, was a philanthropist, a brilliant achiever, and a business Mongol, whose business enterprise cut across many sectors within Edo State, Nigeria, and even internationally. Captain Osa was a young captain, and was a captain and a pilot, and retired around the early 30s and dived into business. And since then, he's done well for himself, for his family, for the state, and indeed Nigeria. His death is really a very big loss. So, Benin City as a whole, the state, Edo State in general, and Nigeria. Many people woke up this morning hearing that and they felt really, really bad. I've received so many calls in the early hours of this morning. I was also fortunate to speak with his classmate in secondary school who told me that Captain Osa, apart from being an enigma, was absolutely brilliant and did well in his exams before he decided to become a captain, and the rest is history. I want to commiserate first with his immediate family, with the state, with the government of Edo State, and the palace as well, and indeed Nigeria. And to pray that God will accept his soul and give the family, his immediate family, the fortitude to bear this very big loss. And for the state, for the palace, and for Nigeria as well. It is a sad day. Life must move on. May God bless him and accept him into his bosom. On that note, I want to call on Dr. Tony Agbons, if you have anything to say from the stables of the coverage show, following this very sad loss of a true Benin man, a great Edo State citizen, and indeed a true Nigerian.
Thank you very much, Comrade Pharmacist Iremira. Like Comrade Lamptey said, it is indeed a very sad day in Edo State, even in Nigeria as well, because we have lost a great philanthropist and business guru, Captain Idahosa Wes Okumbo. So people call the name Hosa. That is what a lot of people know him. It's actually Idahosa Okumbo. And for me, I'm really touched because it's somebody I know very well. His younger brothers, we attended the same school, secondary school. So I've known, it's a family I've known for close to over 30 years. And he, from a very modest beginning, Captain Hosa has risen to the top, you know, as a businessman in Nigeria. He's chairman of Ocean Marine Solutions Limited. He has a business interest in petroleum, telecommunications, in the maritime and power sectors. He's one great Edo son that we will all miss. And I want to join you, pharmacists, to commiserate with the entire Okumbo family, people of Edo State, and especially the people of our place, because my maternal grandfather is from the same place with Captain Hosa Okumbo. That is Orwa in Edo State. This is a big loss to everyone. And I pray that God will grant his soul, his kind soul, eternal rest.
Yes, I don't know if a caller will have something to say about this irreparable loss to to the family and of course to Edo State as a whole. Comrade Edokbai. You may unmute yourself, comrade. You are muted.
Okay.
Yes, go ahead.
We got the information of the demands of Captain Hosa. They received it with good shock. I didn't expect him to peregrinate to Abraham's bosom now. We were expecting him to do more for humanity, but the man was a great philanthropist that contributed stupendously to the development, to the economic development of Edo State, to the economic and political development of Edo State. We'll definitely miss him. I want to say that may his soul continue to rest in peace. This world is indeed the stage in which everybody is a player. Everybody has entrance and exit. The man has completed his assignment on earth. I want to say that may his soul continue to rest perfectly. Amen.
Amen. Amen. Thank you very much. Yes, from the stable of the Comrade Show, of course, we commiserate with the family of Captain Hosa Okumbo, and of course, with Edo State. I know personally that Okumbo has touched, while living, did touch so many lives, improved a lot of people. Of course, created a base for many people to thrive, and it's definitely a huge loss to Edo State. But may God grant the family, the fortitude to bear this irreparable loss. Yes. Yes, we're going to zero in quickly. Now, I want to come to you quickly, Comrade Kola Edokbayi. Comrade, why are we here?
Okay, thank you very much, my most tender brother. The reason why we are here this evening is to brief the House how far we have gone in respect of preparation for the protest of August of tomorrow. You know that for donkey years, Edo people have stomached land grabbing, exploitation, dehumanization of man by man, and unprecedented fate of humanity to man. Imagine you buy land, having worked for more than 26 years, you manage to purchase the land in one of the communities in Benin City. Okay, maybe you happen to clear the land to secure it, put a strip of sand, and you go and say, "Oh God, I thank God for giving me money to buy land. Maybe less than 2 years now, I will become a landlord." On going to your site in 3 weeks' time, you see foundation there. They will sell a plot of land to more than 4 persons. This got the government and the Oba of Benin so infuriated. They disbanded the notorious Community Development Association. When it was disbanded, Edo people were very, very ecstatic. They were happy that the governor and the Oba of Benin have come like the Jesus Machina to salvage the Edo people from the very savage situation of pains inflicted on them by the notorious chairman of the disbanded Development Association. But as time progresses, we now discover that there is now a new form of extortion of the people. The nomenclature of Kagele came to play. Or Kagele, one person will also sell land to 3 or 4 persons. To the extent that if you want to become a Kagele, you must be an overreach. You must be a capitalist. You must be a capitalist for you to become an Okagele. To the extent that they even overthrow. If you go to some communities today, you'll be flabbergasted with the numbers of arms, you will see, as if we are going to another civil war. This is extremely unpalatable. The last straw that broke the camel's back was the confiscation of a plot of land belonging to a teacher. I'm working for 26 years, able to purchase a plot of land at Okhoromi community. He woke up one day and discovered that the Ohen of the chief priest that is supposed to be presiding over the affairs of this shrine at Okhoromi community had the first her property, so a land. So she cried out, and we came out to say, no, you don't have rights to sell people's property. You are supposed to be representative of the gods. You are supposed to be a minister in the temple of justice. You are supposed to uphold the tenet of our tradition. It is before that we heard of information of how a lot of people's houses have been demolished indiscriminately with impunity. It is an abomination. It is an abomination to destroy a house, a foundation in Edo State. Ohen, who's supposed to be a custodian of the tradition, decided to act contrary. But I said, no, you don't have power. You are created in the image like the woman. You don't even have rights. If you want to do that, you're supposed to go and get court order to that effect. You cannot rely on a ruling, high court ruling in your favor. And when the matter can be appealed. As we speak, the matter is pending before Court of Appeal, the appellate court. The issue between Okhoromi and Egbiri. And we expected the Ohen to stay action, to wait, pending the determination of the matter, not only at the Court of Appeal level, at Supreme Court, but it started destruction of people, houses, rendering people homeless, and all. I said, no, you cannot do this. That is why we came as comrades, mates. We cross-fertilize and cross-pollinate ideas on how to put an end to this. We resolved unanimously to come out for a peaceful protest tomorrow on the 9th day of August 2021. We met about 3 times before today. Today we finalize all the arrangements for the protest tomorrow. We have written formally to the Commissioner of Police, to the Director of SSS, and we also wrote to ESMA to provide, we wrote to ESMA to control traffic for us. Police and DSS are to give us security coverage. So we are very, very optimistic that tomorrow, by the special grace of God, we are going to put an end to land grabbing. Because I know of some of my friends that said, no, there's no way I can buy land in Benin City. Some of them are relocating to Asaba to Lagos, to Asaba, another states. My friend even brief told me last week, before this issue of Okhoromi Bruglio commenced, that I should come to Ikorodu, to Lagos, to buy, to purchase land. You understand those kind of things. This will further exacerbate the development of the underdevelopment of Edo State if we keep mute. It was McBog that said, evil thrive when good men decide to say or do nothing. Martin Luther King said, our life begin to end the day we become silent about things that matters. In the turn of that woman today, it can be anybody. So I'm also a victim of land grabbing at a rockback community. So we must put an end to this. We must put an end to this madness. Thank God that a lot of people, our brothers and sisters in diaspora, are on the same page with us. With their support and the support of our people here, the right thing will be done. Land grabbing will not be a thing of the past. It is not low, it is not like I said, it's not only in Okhoromi communities, so many communities. When we started the agitation, a lot of people from different communities, we have received more than 25 petitions as at yesterday. More than 25 petitions yesterday. Tomorrow, by tomorrow, before we commence our protest tomorrow, we're going to compile all the names of all the petitions and all that, and our letter, our open letter will be there to show our resentment. We want to show our resentment in no uncertain terms, that issue of land grabbing, and for the governor to activate fully the PPP law. We are sick and tired of land grabbing, of oppression, intimidation, extortion. That is the reason why we are here today, sir.
Thank you very much. Quickly,
Yes,
we need to put some of this in perspective. I want to ask you directly, is this protest against Ohen of Okhoromi because of what happened to the woman, or is it against the issue of land grabbing in general?
Like I said before, it is the protest. Okhoromi, the Ohen of Okhoromi is too infinitesimal to bring generous cause in the struggle for a protest against him. We are generous. The protest is not targeted at Ohen of Okhoromi. The protest is targeted at all the land grabbers in Edo State, all the unscrupulous elements who think that because they are close to one politician who is close to the governor, or because they are close to one chief who is close to former mother of Oba of Benin, that they can do undo. But you have to come out and tell them that the power belongs to the people. It is not against Ohen of Okhoromi. It is against all the community oppressors. Those people that have been intimidating, those people that have been oppressing, those people that have been grabbing people's land for donkey years. They must all, in fact, they must all be dealt with decisively to serve as deterrent to others that we would conceive that idea of grabbing people's land. Like I said, it is very nitty-gritty of it is that protest is not against Ohen of Okhoromi. It is against general land grabbers in Edo State.
Thank you very much, my brother.
Now, you're welcome, sir.
Before I allow my colleagues to to come in, I know they have questions for you. I just want to clear some areas. In the course of this protest, where have you guys mapped out where you want to take the protest to?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, go ahead, sir. Let us know.
Sir. Yes, sir. From our meeting point is a museum. From a museum.
And what time is that meeting point, sir?
Yes. The time is 7:30 a.m. tomorrow morning. Okay. Yes, the meeting point, like I said before, is King Square Museum Ground. From Museum Ground, we'll run the ring road once. Thereafter, we'll proceed to the Palace of Oba of Benin to submit a formal petition to Oba Ewai, the Oba of Benin. From there, we'll take through Airport Road to Vegetable Market, and from the Vegetable Market to GROA, where we'll proceed to Government House to submit 31 copies of our petitions to the Speaker of Edo State House of Assembly, as well as a copy to the Governor of Edo State, His Excellency, Governor Obaseki. From Government House, we'll turn back, we'll go will proceed to Nigeria Union of Journalists to submit our petition to vent our spleen against land grabbing. Because if the journalists, the media didn't disseminate our news, it would be as if we didn't do anything. It will be an exercise in futility. At all, we have the normal social media handlers. They will be on ground. But our conventional media like ITV, EBS, channels, Galaxy TV, Speed FM, Silverbird, AIT, Plus TV, all TVC, all the electronic and the print media will definitely be at NUJ, where we shall show our resentment or vent our spleen on this issue of land grabbing. Some of them are even victims of land grabbing. The former chairman of Nigeria Union of Journalists, Edo State Council, land was also grabbed by this embattled chief priest. So the thing is, it is all encompassing. From there, we'll now move back to a museum where we address protesters. Thereafter, we'll discuss, the leaders will meet after the protest and discuss the next line of action, because we want this madness of a land grabbing to be a thing of the past. We want it to be consigned to the dustbin of history. That will never resurrect again, the way Jesus Christ resurrected from death.
Good. Thank you very much, Akola. One last one before I bring my other comrades in. But before that, let me quickly let everybody know, our friends on Facebook and YouTube, those who are watching, please share the broadcast. But I just want to let you know that we probably have right now in the house Comrade Lucky Orukbe. Many of us know him. Many of you know him. He's a very great comrade too, who is doing a lot. He's here. He has a very serious matter he's going to be raising, on this platform, and we're going to be engaging him seriously on that matter. It's a matter that has brought hardship to the people of Edo State, but to the common people of Edo State. We are willing to work with him to ensure that that matter, we fight it as much as possible. But before we bring on the Urupe, let me quickly ask you, caller, Masis caller Dokbayi. Some people called us and they told us that somebody like you are in opposition to the governor of Edo State. And that this protest is a ploy by you and some persons to attack governors and government in Edo State. And that they are not sure that this protest is actually going to be organized in line with what you have been saying. Can you speak to this?
For those cynics that are saying that is a figment of their own imagination, I am not an opposition leader to the governor of Edo State. Remember that I served at Edo State Judicial Panel of Inquiry on NSAS. I was given an appointment letter by the governor to serve in that capacity. If I am an opposition leader to the governor, would the governor even think of taking that into cognizance? So that is we need to clear. I am not an opposition leader against the governor. I am opposing injustice and oppression, no matter whose house is God. If the governor today, I'm not happy, or some of us are not happy with some anti-people policies of the governor, it's our responsibility for us to cry out. When Governor Adams Aliyu Shimole was there 8 years, in fact, there were some people, we don't even have a opposition party in Edo State. Party that is supposed to be the mouthpiece of the people, to speak against the policies of government. We, as non-state actors, we are charged with the responsibility of commending the governor when the need arises, and also condemn him if the need arises. Because the governor is a human being that has some sycophants around him that will not tell him the truth. But people like us, we are bold to speak truth to power. After all, I've been sent to prison in 2017. governor for protesting, for leading protests to NPDC, for a full implementation of corporate social responsibility by NPDC, that our youth should be employed, and that Gele belongs to the Oba of Benin, not the judge. For that, I was arrested and charged to court with treason, a plot to overthrow Governor Godwin Obaseki when I never have catapult at home. That I want to invade the House of Assembly, that I wanted to invade the House of Assembly, invade the government house, and even invade the
this is a long story.
I know, sir. I'm just saying it. I'm not against the governor. Good. The protest is a genuine protest to speak the mind of the people. I am a victim of land grabbing as well as others. If you have courageous people, because we are living in the midst of phobia. A lot of people are pusillanimous. The threats to disabuse the mind of people from coming. But we said no, we must come out. I am not against the governor, but I will be against some of the policies, some of the anti-people policies of the governor. Thank you, sir.
How do you see this policy of, the law just signed by the governor, this PPP law, protection of private property law?
Yes, I'm one of those that commended the governor for that. Those land thieves, those land grabbers, but definitely they will go to prison to serve as deterrent. I did the write-up to that effect. I commended the governor for that. Because before the governor made the pronouncement, we had a meeting with him. When he met with some youth from Edo State, we raised the issue of the negative activities, barbaric, antediluvian, monstrous, horrendous, and satanic act of the so-called Okageles that have assumed that they are demigods because they are close to one people. The governor promised us that we'll definitely do something. It is highly commendable. We have done that. We have commended the governor for taking the bold step to emancipate and liberate the Raktas and the Baptists, the Ibilis and the Ubos from the satanic act of this oppressive set of human beings who call themselves, some of them who call themselves Okagele, Enogi, or Joways, and all that. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Yes, I will pass the baton now to my brother, Comrade Dr. Tony Agbons. Agbons, please. I have some questions for
him. You oppose the governor.
Yeah, thank you very much, Comrade Lamte. I've listened very, very well to our brother, Massey Scholar Dokpayi, and I want to commend you, my brother. I've been seeing you a lot on the social media since the issue of the school teacher whose house was almost being taken away by the Ohen of Okhoromi.
Yes.
Thank you very much, because it's always been said that an injury to one
is
an injury to all. Is one maxim we use in the struggle a lot.
Yes.
So, but the question I want to ask you, my brother, is this: in all this, for this protest tomorrow, you have made it very clear. This protest is not. This is not with respect to Ohen of Okhoromi. It's not about him. No. This is about land grabbing in the state.
Yes, sir.
Who are the other civil society groups or associations that are, supporting this move tomorrow? Is this a very well mobilized activity happening tomorrow?
Yes, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Yes, sir. We have the leaders of Edo Civil Society Organization, Edo People Liberation Movement, my organization, and a lot of other organizations. It is not an individual organization, something. We involve so many civil society organizations, and the lack of outside civil society organizations, we have some of our friends who are politicians. They are with us, like the former CPS, to Babaoka local government chairman, Honorable Esosa Ewere is with us. I will blessing Stanley, Sazel, Sakuno, Udin, and others are with us. So many people, because this set of people are victim of land grabbing. So, sir, it is all encompassing. It is not specifically for one organization. Everybody will capture everybody, all the activists were carried along.
Okay, thank you very much. I don't know if you still have another question. If not, let's pass on to Comrade Iremira.
Move on, sir.
Yes, Comrade Iremira, go ahead, sir.
Yeah, thank you so much, my brother.
Sorry, Iremira, sorry to cut in. I just want to let everybody know that we equally have one of the organizers here. She just joined us now. Her name is Aru Blessing. Yes, she's with us now. So some questions can actually be directed to her as well. But over to you, Mr. Ebi, Comrade Iremira.
Thank you so much, Comrade Lamti Ikwamosa, for letting me ask a question. Special thanks to Mazi Dokbayi. I've listened very carefully to you. I'm also very happy that a lady is also part of this, so it gives a good balancing. I'm very happy for that. Activism is spreading across both male and female. That is very good. My question is, following from what happened with the NSAS protest, where the protest was hijacked and it was turned to something else.
Yes.
I am concerned, I am wary, because there are many people who might just be detractors tomorrow that will want to hijack and lead the protest to the wrong direction. You have informed us that the security apparatus in the Edo State have been informed, and then they've given the go-ahead and they'll be supporting you. I just want to ask, because you are on the field, you know these people, are there plans, internal mechanism by the organizers to watch out for hoodlums, thieves, and distractors who might want to take undue advantage to begin to cause mayhem and looting to citizens that are going on about their lawful duties? Because if we don't watch this very well, that will give opportunity for the system or the protest tomorrow to be hijacked. Have you got your internal plan to checkmate this, despite the addition of security?
Yes, sir. Thank you very much. So we have our own Department of Security, respect of the protests of tomorrow. We have different departments of security, mobilization, some of them that will be in charge of traffic and others. So with our level of mobilization is going to be like all the leaders of the organizations, they mobilize their people and they know their people. For those people that will be coming to join us, we have to scrutinize them very well. If we discover anybody whose movement is suspicious, we'll definitely hand that person, over that person to the police, the law enforcement agents who will be on ground with us tomorrow to provide security coverage. Like I said before, we are the formed Department of the State Security Service. We have written to the Commissioner of Police. We have done the needful. In respect of that, the NSAS protest that was hijacked, I must confess to you that that protest was hijacked by government when they discovered that the protest, the first day we protested, not happen, second, third day, fourth. When they now discovered that the protest is gathering momentum, that we are getting international attention, they now said, okay, let's infiltrate these people, let's mobilize them to hijack the protest so that they will have something to rely on. That this is the reason why they took SYZ action. So police, when we discover some suspicious movement, we put call across to police. The police said, no, they are giving them instruction, national instruction for them not to come. the old mom that went from Benin prison to Oko prison. I think they passed through some
Collect, but sorry, I have to
that
here because I really want also because of time. I really want also focus on tomorrow, so we don't go about the history of.
So I just wanted to analyze that if government is not interested in any protest, there will be no need for the protest to be hijacked. That is the fact, sir.
So which means that from you, we are sure that this protest, everything is being taken care of.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I am glad that we have in the house the comrade Osaku Okhoromi. Comrade, you are welcome. Could you just say hello to the people? And of course, Blessing, I was equally in the house. You can unmute yourself, Blessing, and comrade Osaku Okhoromi.
I think our sister Blessing, if you can say hello to our viewers, because you've been here.
Hello, good evening, everyone. Thank you for having me on this show.
Yes, over to you, comrade Osaku Okhoromi.
Hello, thank you, everyone. Good evening, and thank you for having me. Thank you, comrade Lapton and others. Thank you, all spirited Edo people. We are determined in our quest to achieve results by tomorrow. Thank you. It's a collective fight to the end.
Good man. Thank you. I want to quickly direct this one to Sister Blessing. Sister Blessing, I'm glad, you as a woman, as a lady, you give a very beautiful touch to this arrangement. And it's not just a masculine arrangement, so to speak. You bring a human face to it, because what affects the eye equally affects the nose. But I want to ask you, in the midst of COVID-19 and the Delta variant that is creating a very serious problem right now around the world, and of course the government of Edo State, is not throwing caution to the wind as it regards the Delta variant and COVID-19. From you, do we have any arrangement in place, to checkmate, the issue of distancing and stuff like that, so that we don't use the ground to become a harbinger for spreading COVID-19 and stuff like that? Over to you,
Thank you. Currently, although they just started showing more awareness about the new variant, Delta variant COVID-19. So, but they've actually not started enforcing the protocols that people should follow. Please quote me if I'm wrong, because people still go to churches, they still go to the bar in numbers, they still go to the market numbers.
They go to the mosque.
We still have clubs. Club at night, people are still clubbing, people are still fasting, people are still organizing wedding ceremonies and various ceremonies moving around. So, as of this very moment, there has been no protocol enforced. If there were to be, we would have also considered that, so because for now, there is nothing like that. So, I don't know.
Okay, I like your honest, very honest response. I'm probably asking you this question because I am aware, from what we have been reading about, that the government of Edo State is, trying to do a lot to ensure that the protocols of COVID-19 are observed. And I'm asking because so that itself will not be an impediment to this protest.
Okay.
I want to say quickly that we equally have Senior Bros Semir Rio right in the house. But before we come to Semir Rio, let me go to Comrade Osaku Okhoromi. How badly are you affected by this matter of land grabbing that you have taken it so personal?
Yes, first and foremost, they say experience is a hard teacher. To me, I believe it teaches you the consequences of every action. And we know what is transpiring from within the purview of all facets of our state and the local economy at large. Even where our brother is from, Comrade Lapton, you agree to the fact that in the Western world, the economy is driven mainly by SMEs. The economy is driven mainly by private sector. And if people lack absolute access to land, there's every tendency that development will not spread around all nooks and crannies of the state, even when compared to what we have today in Edo State. You will also agree to the fact that as a citizenry, people buy land on a daily basis. But if you have to check the number of persons that bought a land within a year, and the number of persons that actually saw the land they bought, and the number of persons that developed that same land, you agree to the fact that over 10 persons will be laying claim on one particular land. Whereas those individuals selling this land are busy enjoying the economic proceeds from the effort, sweat, rigorous investment of some persons. So on our part, we believe that injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. For those of us who are Benin, we agree to the fact that who knows what he had been. So some of us will say, no, you're not be on normal level. We're not concerned with the next one. But believe you me, if peradventure, those who bought a land no longer have access to their land, those who want to invest no longer have the opportunity to invest, which now creates room for huge unemployment level. Believe me, if you are staying in a small house, you're going to be living under insecurity. If you are staying in a big house, you're going to be living under insecurity. And to some of us, I may not call myself an intelligent person in totality, but to some of us, we will be looking at ourselves as if we are a fool when we see some jokers in the society trying to take an advantage of the democratic infrastructure in the state to perpetuate evil against some persons. So if people like us now begin to see people acting like that and we refuse to speak, that is coward conspiracy. It is not every individual that have access to land sales in various communities. What about those who have worked tirelessly? How are they going to secure their property and their self? So that is what on our part, we decided to say no. But if you let me state this clearly in the protest, we are mainly our protest centers on all tributaries of Edo State. But as for Ohen Okhoromi and other comrades, major focus in the Okhoromi community. I record that major focus in the Okhoromi community. Someone will wonder, or you will wonder, why is Ohen Okhoromi concerned about the Okhoromi community? Now, the truth of the matter is simple. We have land grabbing everywhere. But the rate of demolition, the rate of demolition, to the extent that a physically challenged who saw his disability as an ability raised money to build a house. Even if the person bought from people a criminal and there is a structure on that land, is there no room for ADRO, an alternative dispute resolution? Why on earth will those who have been saddled with the responsibility to manage the traditional affair of various communities now becomes a mechanism to oppress an average citizen? So those who you see as untouchable, from those of us in the human rights society, we want to tell the untouchable that they can be touched. That is why we are putting the pressure that the Ohen Okhoromi must hold the iron at the prison gates. So at least to some extent, we are very, very clear today that all of those, most especially those within our generation, have decided to deem it fit that the old language of Umagbanodo will never prevail again. As we speak, Uma is now dying for the Adobe. So the truth of the matter is very simple. We hate no one. But if we want the betterment of our state, we must be sincere enough to tell our friends the simple truth. Ohen Okhoromi has become a big problem and a menace in Edo State, and it needs to be cured. To me, I am not speaking for everybody now, but to my own perception, even if the anti-CDA law as amended 2021 arrests every other Erin of Kayeles and Ohen of other community, and he refuses to arrest the Ohen of Okhoromi, that law has never performed.
Thank you very much, Ohen Okhoromi. Yes, Comrade Agbons.
I don't know if you're still hearing me.
Okay. Are you still your feet?
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
I think I've lost voice. You can talk to someone. Let me.
Okay. Yes, Comrade Agbons. Go ahead, sir. Just so you know that we have Samir Rio in the house. We equally have our sister Blessing in the house as well. As well as of course, Comrade Kola Dokbai. Go ahead. Dr. Agbos, are you still there?
Yeah, thank you, Comrade Lamte. My brother, Comrade Osakweno Hodin, thank you for what you have said. I think we were lost in there. But I want to, what I want to say now is a question I want to ask our sister, Ago Blessing. I was following you greatly on social media, yourself and our senior big brother here, Samir Rio. The way you took up this issue of the Ohen Okhoromi and the seeking for justice for the teacher was great. And like we all know, they said that the greatest weapon in the hand of the oppressor is always the mind of the oppressed. I think the way Edo State is going now, I think we are beginning to throw away politics and partisanship, and we are facing justice, fairness, and equity. So I must commend you, our sister, Ago Blessing, and our big brother here, Samir Rio.
Unmute yourself, bros.
You never gave in. So my sister Blessing, what I want to ask you is that apart from this teacher, are there other victims that we need to pull out as evidence in this matter? Because this issue of land grabbing is actually affecting the development of our state, Edo.
Thank you very much, sir. Currently, the petitions are
network is
more than Can you hear me?
Yeah, your line is breaking. Go ahead, Blessing.
Okay. The Psychiatric Hospital Cooperative, they bought 100+ of land from Okhoromi. Then this Ohen was the youth chairman, the Okairele. Now, 4 years after he became Ohen, they said he told them to their face that the land belongs to him. He was the one that sold, he was part of the people that sold for them 4 years ago while he was the Okairele. Now he's the Ohen. He told them that he wants the land. As I speak to you, that case is in the court. There is somebody else that they demolished a house in that Okhoromi. The petition is with me. There is another man too that they took his land. They took the man again to another army man's land. The man rejected it. The man even gave one reputable man in our state 1 million naira to take to help him beg Ohen. That man took him to Ohen, pleaded with Ohen. Yes, they took that property from that man. There is also the last one I will just make mention of. There's a lady we're supposed to bring her online today that Ohen collected 400,000 from to relieve her land from her. Yet that land now, in fact, they even moved the house there about to move it. So the complaints and the competitions we have from Okhoromi alone is over 100. Do you know even the Nigerian Bar Association? They have issues with Ohen Okhoromi. Nigerian Army, they have issues with Ohen Okhoromi. Come on. So it wasn't about that school teacher alone, but our case was what really spurred the anger in every one of us. Especially the point where she said, after working for 26 years, this is what she could bring out. But that was what touched me, and I said, no, we have to fight because this thing has been going on for too long in this state. So there should be a time to put to an end all of this nonsense that they've been doing. You know, so because they feel that they've become so powerful, maybe because they have some godfathers that are backing them. You see, if they are even watching this show, they should listen to this now. When we are through with them, we will face their godfathers backing them. Like me in particular, I know the numbers of calls that I have received to back out from them. I know the person that I've been asking people to call me. And I'm not scared. I want to continue with the process of issue ends.
Blessing, sorry, man. Are you willing to mention some of those godfathers here?
No, not yet. Let's be done. Let's submit our petition with the governor first tomorrow. So because it's not going to end here at all. It's not going to end with tomorrow's protest alone. We are going to follow up and ensure that the cases that are being submitted, they are also going to be looked into, and those people should recover their properties back. Then there should be people they will use for lessons. So they should pick up some people and send them to jail. It's not about enacting the law, the PPP law. Take action. They constituted a committee for the PPP in 2017. Before now, we don't know what happened to that committee today. They were not able to work. But now we know that most of the laws now that have been created now in this new law, they are very stringent. But we want the governor to take action. And we want immediate action, considering the fact that we have so many proofs in our hands at the moment. So let the governor take action by prosecuting the Ohen Okhoromi and others like him. I think that will be the first step in the right direction, that will put fears. Do you know that I have to say this here now on live? There is a community where we bought property at Ikoro, at Upper Ekenwa. Now they have a neighboring village here, Obazua. That land belongs to Ikoro, and Ikoro have the job and the beneath in that community. But the Obazua are looking for an opportunity to garner sympathy that Ikoro belongs to them. That is the jobs that are in Ikoro, which is not true, because we have the Benin-speaking people in Ikoro. You know, they've been having issues. Just on Tuesday here, I had a meeting with them in government house, both parties, to resolve the issue. Where we even pleaded with Obazwa that we're going to present them with 100 million naira. Because we have about 4 real estate companies that bought properties from that place. So we just felt we don't want problem, we don't want issue. They should settle. Well, we know that this land belongs to Ikoro because we took our surveyor there. The surveyor took the coordinates of the land, went to the ministry to check. We did everything we need to check, to prove, before we went ahead to pay. But now, Obazwa came from nowhere and started claiming the whole need because they just did the road. I'm going to tell you a terrible thing that happened now Friday. After having that meeting with them on Tuesday, they said they were going back to the community to talk to their people. So we're waiting for them to hear if they've accepted the 100 million or not. Only for Obazwa on Thursday, they went to Ikoro and attacked Ikoro people. Then on Friday, Ikoro went back to Obazwa to attack Obazwa and killed the Ozupogeva. So the Odionwe too is in a critical condition in UBTH, as I'm speaking to you. They burnt down so many houses. When will all of this stop in this state, for Christ's sake? These communal clashes, when will it stop? Where are we going to get justice? Because even the place that we're supposed to get justice from has been corrupt. You will go to the place where you're supposed to get justice about this community place. They don't even tell the truth there anymore. So when and how are we going to get justice? And yet we'll be crying that we need development in this state. We need jobs. We want our economy to boom. How will it boom when they are scaring investors away? Like this particular place I'm talking about now, I have properties worth millions of nairas there. Now that they started burning houses and killing each other, I will not be able to go to that place again. So this is what we are clamoring for. That the governor must act. By the time the governor acts and start prosecuting people, you will see that they will start behaving themselves. People will no longer just wake up from their sleep and claim property that does not belong to them, or sell one property for 5 people. So that is just my anger. And this fight will not end with tomorrow's protest. It won't. We are going to follow up to ensure that justice is served. That's my submission, sir.
Thank you very much. You know, to be honest, like you said, we expect the governor to take action, but I can tell you that the action we expect from the governor, you people have started it. Before I call on my brother, Comrade Iremira, you know, to step in, I want to quickly turn to Uncle Saverio. Saverio, how deep is this problem to the extent that you have pledged to support with resources?
First of all, I want to thank you for having me on this show. And I want to thank every other participant here who are currently, you know, helping us to fight, you know, a just cause. These are, you know, those I know personally and through social media. I saw Dr. Agbons, I saw Blessing Awu, I saw my brother Kola, I saw my other brother Stanley, and it didn't just start today. It has been like a boiling crisis where everybody just say, okay, it only just affected me, therefore, I'll just take it. But it got to a point where at this stage, it is just the right thing to do. It is a matter of right and wrong, evil versus good. Therefore, taking it up. I have been personally affected. I have my I have my case, going on with the Ogumenyu community, that I have with Ogumenyu community, that I am fighting myself. So it is a personal challenge, and when I'm involved, my involvement in this it is personal. But for that lady, it was a situation whereby the pain and cries in her voice, when I heard a video that went viral, it just dawned, I couldn't just allow myself not to commit to wanting to do something. What it was at that time, I didn't know. But gladly, it has snowballed to a point where now it is the mass movement. This is people's movement. Enough of the wrong. We have to correct it. We can't afford to sit on the side and not speak anymore. So what is happening, it is a collective effort of the good people of Edo State. Just the way we did during the politics, regardless of our political divide, but it's a mass movement that is beyond Okhoromi and Ohen Okhoromi and the lady involved. It is now involved every victim who have suffered land grabbing from this community, this youth, not all of them, but some of them. Have you wondered, with all the atrocity, the money they collect, have they ever developed that's a community? Have they built, tie roads, built a hospital, community health center, or school, or recreational ground, or what have they done for that community from all the atrocity and the money they collected? Therefore, it is annoying where, because we have kept quiet and just ignore and say, Stanley kind of mentioned, all right, I'm not directly involved. It is none of my business. We created a room for them to grow and begin to perform their impunity. But enough is enough. I am grateful that we have a governor now who is wanting to has put in place a law, like Blessing mentioned. The law itself is not enough if it is not fully implemented, and is not, and some of these alleged offenders need to be brought to justice. And at the same time, we are lucky we have our royal father, the Oba of Benin, who has put his support behind the law and any form of illegality as regard to land. I remember Omonoba Erejiawa put a cause in Edo State that nobody should destroy any building that has been erected. Therefore, if you say you represent the tradition, our highly revered tradition, and you call yourself Ohen, and you allegedly laid, teams or whatever, or give consent by directly or indirectly for somebody to destroy other people's property in Edo State, the curse of our ancestors is on him. Therefore, we are, my participation is not only for myself, but it's just the fact that we need to stay on the side of what is right as against what is wrong, and the side of good as against evil, and to now speak for the voice of those who can't speak for themselves. We need to we need a lot of voices. We need a lot of support. Both Edo people in diaspora and on ground. If you can't get to come out and put a face the way some of us are doing, lend some little resources, go other day and protest peacefully. Let us encourage our governor to say, Governor Obaseki, you're doing well. But on this level, we, the Edo people, cannot wait anymore. Let's fast track the process. The PPA, committee, constitute it, provide resources for them. Let's teach one or two people and scapegoat them and spread it so that we can have some peace in Edo State in regard to land grabbers and all this nonsense. It has to stop. I thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Yes, over to you, Comrade Iremira.
Thank you so much, my brother, Comrade Lamte Kwamusare. Just listening to Ago Blessing and Semir Rio making a statement just now really touched me. Just before I ask my question, Comrade Lamte, I just want to find out and also speak to the government.
Austin, are you still there?
The man from Ohen Okhoromi actually spoke in your program, and he was a bit defending himself. But the allegations levied against him now are very weighty. It's likely that some of them are true, and one will be very disappointed that he had the temerity to come out to that program to say that all that has been alleged against him were not true. And I don't know, I know the issue of the woman has now been resolved, Comrade Lamte, but I don't know if the governor was involved or the government was involved in that resolution. Because that again will serve as a litmus test. Because some people need to seriously be dealt with for this to be resolved and be resolved once and for all. And like Blessing said, this is a process. It's starting tomorrow and it's going to go on until we get to where we are supposed to get to. Having made that statement, I want to ask a question because most of our discussion today is all centered on Benin City. Are there other issues of land grabbing across other local governments outside Benin City? Talking of the Isha area, Akoko Edo, Onwa, and all the likes? Or is all land grabbing only just within the Benin metropolis?
Kola, can you take on that, please?
See, okay.
Okay, no, Blessing, go ahead. Blessing, go ahead.
Okay, thank you, sir. You see, land grabbing issue happens everywhere, all over the country. But in all these other, in other local governments, you don't hear so much of these issues happening there. Sometimes maybe this family will be fighting the other family over a particular land and all that. Or this community will be fighting this community for land boundary. But it is not as evil as it's happening in the 7 local governments in Benin City. Have you heard that people are fighting in Uromi? They killed so many people. How many times do you get to hear of such things on the news? But every week in Benin, just last week, for the entire day, they were shooting guns, at Obage, just last week, because we did my uncle's burial at Orege. We didn't have access to the venue because they started shooting guns as early as 8 a.m. till 6 p.m. we left that area. We are so scared.
Well, sorry, are you confirming that it's a land grabbing issue or it's a Fulani estimate issue or courtesan issue?
No, that was land grabbing issue. I thought people are aware of what's also happening in that area. But what they have, the issue they have there is a leadership issue. They are fighting for Okairele.
So Okairele to eventually, dispense authority over land distribution.
Exactly. That's why they fight. You see, this day, a brother we mobilize his voice to kill his own brother to become Okairele. The same parents, just because of what they do, because the moment they take into those positions, they become millionaires overnight. See, all the communities in the 7 local governments, there's hardly no community that is not fighting. The ones that are not fighting, it is either that they have fought before or they've not started development in those communities yet. The moment development starts, they start having internal crisis and external crisis. So you don't get to hear of such things in other local governments in the state. But it's not like it is not happening there. It is. But it is not as rampant as it is in Benin. It is not like a normal thing in Benin because they've made themselves so untouchable. Like If you even arrest them, they have this kingpin that will pick them out. Because this kingpin, they remit money to them. This kingpin, see, if you hear the verdict between Okhoromi and Egbiri, you will weep. You will weep. I'm not going to say anything here now because we have people from Okhoromi that submitted petition against their Ohen. They will be part of the protest tomorrow. Okhoromi people that Ohen still took their property, they bought in 2003 and in 2010. The same Okhoromi people. So now it's just too much in Benin City. You cannot compare Benin City with any other place in the state. We don't even get to hear it from other local governments. At least Comrade Ohen Okhoromi is on this show. Maybe we can ask him if they are experiencing it this bad from their communities.
Okay. No, we will definitely come to Comrade Okhoromi. Blessing, I want to thank you, and I want to tell you that I am personally going to stay very close to you. The reasons being that the Benin man says Okhon Noriere or Ruwele, and you happen to know some of those Okhon Noriere, but you don't want to disclose them now. On this program, we like to disclose everything, but I'm going to stay close to you. When the time is right, we want to disclose everything. But I understand that Apostle is in the house. Over to you, Comrade Iremira. But just know that Uyinos is in the house as well.
Comrade Latte, I just want to say, although the time is short now, like we always say, when you want to fight corruption, corruption will fight you back. With what we've heard in the last hour, I know that tomorrow's protest, these wicked people, we want to do everything possible to frustrate this. I just hope it doesn't happen. And I beg all the activists and all the protesters to remain resolute and don't chicken out and fall into undue pressure, because this is really becoming it's a lucrative business. And those that benefit from this business, we want to fight back to allow in order for this to continue. We must beg the governor. The governor needs to step in and step in fast, please.
Thank you very much. Let me quickly turn over to my brother Apostle Uyinosa. Orukbe, I'm coming to you. I know you are there. You have another very serious issue about a dose that we must discuss. Uyinosa, in the light of what Iremira has said, in the event that some of these charlatans may want to disrupt your protest, what do you guys have in place to ensure that the protests go on as planned without disruption? Comrade, Apostle Uyinosa.
Yeah, God bless you. Good evening, everyone. Any plan by anybody to disrupt tomorrow protest will not hold. It will not hold, because by the grace of God, we are resolute and we are going to stand against the Igbo act. So we shouldn't be afraid that some certain individuals have mobilized themselves to attack the protest tomorrow. It will not work, because the state security and other security agencies, they will be on ground. And I know they will never allow those evil to attack the protest tomorrow. So we shouldn't be afraid. The protest is going to be peaceful and our message will be delivered. And the protest is going to continue until our governor begin to enact that law, that PPP, making it to be effective. So nobody should be afraid. All those negative rumors that they are trying to bring into instill fear in the life of the people, it will not work. It will not work.
Thank you very much. I'm afraid, because we have another issue that that Orukbe is going to raise. I'm going to want to go into that, but I want everybody to understand. Edo people from across the world, Edo people are coming together. Ordinary people like you and I, to say enough is enough. Okay, if you are in Edo State, please, by 7:30 tomorrow morning, find your way to the museum ground where this protest is going to take place. Everything you've heard, the organizers, everything has been put in place. Everything is ready. They've gotten the backing of the security operative. They've gone through all the processes as of already enumerated by Comrade Kola Adokbayi, and everything is going to be in order. So we enjoin every Edo person to come out, because the proper language of the oppressed is protest. That's the only language we have. And like they say commonly, that no army can stop any idea which time has come. This matter may have thrived for 500 years. It doesn't matter. Now we are resolute to say it must now end. And all of us must play some role to making this matter end. So if you are in Benin, I'm going to be sending people from, from my volunteers, some family members, to be part of the protest. I will join the protest live myself. I will connect with them from this studio and I will broadcast the protest live. Okay? So let us ensure that we pipe pressure on the authorities. Thank God, some of these men, like Blessing said, there are so many people behind all these shenanigans you have seen. When the time comes, they will all be exposed and they will be disgraced and they will face, the language of the law. Having said that, please, I want to thank you guys, the leadership of the protest, Mrs. Kola Dokmayi, Uncle Seberio, Comrade Ohen Okhoromi, Sister Blessing Aro, and of course, Apostle Uyinosa for coming. You guys can still stay. If you want to leave, there's no problem. You can leave quietly. But if you want to stay to contribute to this next matter, which equally affects those states, please stay. Stay, because, like somebody said earlier, an injury to one is equally injury to everybody. And that is what this language is about. And like Osagonoguni alluded to, he said injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. So I want to bring on my brother Ohen Okhoromi. Comrade Okhoromi, why are we here, sir?
Yeah, thank you for having me on your show. I am here to discuss about issue of multiple taxation inside our market and outside our market. Most especially bad market leaders compelling people to join union before they can sell in the Edo market. It's really bringing hardship to the Edo people. Today in our market, whatever that you want to sell, we have a market godmother, market godfathers that will compel you to come and join union. They call them Iya Egbe and Baba Egbe inside our market. Really bringing hardship to people that want to come into business and the consumers. Like, for example, now, if you want to sell pumpkin leaf as a farmer now, you cannot bring your pumpkin leaf to New Benin market to sell again. The Iya Egbe there, they will compel you to pay 70,000, 5 crates of malt. We have a union, tomatoes union, pepper union, rice union, oil union, egile union, okra union. So this union, they are doing inside the market. That is the area that the multiple taxation come out from. For example, the goat butchers of recent led a protest about 4 days ago. What happened? They went on to 850 naira, 350 naira before. When you buy goat in our market, there is one group that will say pay money for grand, 100 naira. There's another group that will say pay ladder money, that is Hausa language, money for grand, 200. When you come to slaughter where you want to kill your goat, there is another person there who collect 50 naira, making 250. You slaughter. If you want to put it in motor, another group is there to collect 100 naira, 350. But the question is this: the ordinary man, ordinary woman that will go to market and buy that goat, you will not be on the high side. Let's say butcher is paying 350 to this miscreant. 20 goats. 350 times 20 goats, that is 7,000 naira for one butcher that is going to pay on a daily basis. Then when you check 7,000 times 170 butcher, that is 1,190,000 on a daily basis that these goat butchers are paying that is not reflecting in the government account. Just of recent year, some tractor increased 50 naira that veterinary doctors were collecting for Edo State before to 500. They increased it to 500. And the Goat Butchers Association cried to my office. I said, this nonsense must stop. Why will you increase from 50 naira to 500 naira? And we let the protest, the Board of Internal Revenue bring it to 300 naira. I said, no, it's still on the high side for one goat. For one goat, we led the protest again to government house, then the secretary to the state government, Honorable Sarogji. I want to appreciate him. He now bring the money to 150. 150 naira. Okay, from 850 now to 150 naira. So what we are saying now, the goat butchers or any trader in Edo State, if they must pay any taxes at all, we need POS, because the governor has introduced POS to collect money. This hand-to-hand money that is going to market godfathers, Iya Egbe and Baba Egbe must stop. When you go, they have union there. You pay about 45,000 before you can sell bread in Edo State. If you want to sell tomatoes, you pay about 60,000. I think everybody know Emmanuel Lawani here. Emmanuel Lawani, Chief Emmanuel Lawani in New Benin is a farmer. He harvests plantain with Land Rover load of plantain to New Benin market to sell. They couldn't allow that chief to sell. They say it's not part of their union. How long are we going to continue like this? How long? Everything inside our market now is union. We take food from Benin to Lagos, but food is cheaper in Lagos than Benin. So we will speak truth to power. The people that is responsible collecting this money inside our market, this money is not going to go. Government should rise up. We know them. We will point them out. Government should rise up to see how they can put a stop to these illegal activities, because it's also bringing bad name to the government. If goat butchers can pay 850 naira according to the contractor, the way they arranged it before, just imagine what the people offer if they go to buy goats. That is just for the goat. Let me talk about catfish today. Did you know that the catfish also have a union? And this union, they have only two people. They have the monopoly bring the fish feed in those states. Only two people have the monopoly to bring fish feed. And these two people decide how much they will sell the fish feed. And on a daily basis, they increase the fish feed. That is why the catfish is expensive in our market. People are selling their fish pond now. People are renting their fish pond out. The government should rise up to put a stop to all the evil union. We have single-handedly, the Trade Welfare Union of Nigeria, we have single-handedly stopped 38 illegal tickets inside New Benin market. Lagos Street, 19 illegal tickets. Third Junction, 11 illegal tickets. So who is collecting this money? The government should hold them. We are ready to point them out. We are ready to show the government these people that is causing this harm to adopt people. When you go to where they sell pineapple, let me just shock you. The pineapple union now buy one property in your street. So if you are not part of that union, you can't bring pineapple to market to sell as a farmer. When you bring it, they will collect it from your hand and sell. Because if the dog people buy direct from farmer, it will be cheap. Government know these things that I'm talking about. We write letters, we have protests. What is happening in our state? Things are very expensive inside market. The woman that is organizing that pineapple union, he said he bought the property for 27 million naira in Yoruba Street. Ferry Street, in a ferry. When you enter ferry by New Lost Road, the last house before Owosheni Street, 100 by 50 by 100. He said the union bought that property for 27 million to do private market. So therefore, if you are bringing pineapple, you must bring your pineapple there and decide how much we pay before you can join their union. They also collect the pineapple to sell and give you what they like. We are be agitating. The Edo State government should rise up to stop to all this union and multiple taxation inside our market. Whether you like it or not today, a farmer cannot bring farm produce to sell in our market.
Okay. Comrade Orube, thank you very much.
Just yesterday here, the 150 that the secretary to the state government said the goat butcher will be paying. They come to collect the money, and the butcher said, okay, we are ready to pay this tax. Bring POS. We need POS so that we can have our receipt. They couldn't bring POS. And one of the women I respect in Edo State, I saw surprised that woman, Mother Blackie, was saying If they don't want to pay that money, by Monday they should not bring goat meat to a dog market. Madam Blackie, is it the governor of the state? Madam Blackie, is it the deputy governor? What concerns Madam Blackie with a state market? He has his own association. Yes, he has his own association. They are the one causing this problem in our market. When you go to a market today, you have more than 50 shops. When you go to a kiosk, you have more than 20 shops. When you come to New Benin, you have more than 10 shops. Are we going to continue like that?
I think, Comrade Lamptey.
Go ahead, sir.
I just want to come in. I want to thank you, Comrade Lucky Orukwe. I follow you a lot on Facebook, and I see the good work you have been doing, being the voice of the oppressed. The what you have narrated, Comrade Orukwe, this is turning to an animal farm, and I think people are just doing. And I want to ask, what is the role of the local government? Because I know that all these markets we're talking about, they're actually under the purview of the local government. They have always been union in markets. They serve like cooperative and all that. But from the way you have narrated it now, what I see here now, this is turning to a cabal. And we are all talking of Fulani herdsmen, this or that. So, in another way, our people are just oppressing each other. Because like somebody have posted on our page on Facebook, money. What is all this? So, but thank you for bringing this to the fore. And I believe that the appropriate authorities, they are listening. On our part, we are also going to press some buttons to make, because with all this one, we just talked about land just now. And now we're talking about market union. A society cannot develop like this because people are just after their own pockets. Nobody is looking out for the greater good. So thank you, my brother, for bringing this to the fore.
Yes, thank you, Dr. Agmos. This matter, it is not a passive thing, bro. Because at the end of the day, you said something just. I said, our people are oppressing each other. What is happening here is there is a deliberate, orchestrated arrangement to kill the final consumer. Because at the end of the day, for everything they do, okay, the people that bear the brunt, because the small 1 kilo of kg of goat meat where you buy yesterday, 15 naira, can eventually actually become, 17 naira the next day. Not because it's supposed to be like that, but because there's a chain of pay here, pay there, pay here, pay there. Pharmacist Rabira, is this sustainable for a state that wants to develop? But before you come in Rabira, I want to ask Orukbe, Comrade Orukbe, what is the local government council? What are they doing?
Yes, this multiple taxation that I'm talking about, government is not responsible. It's just individual. We have sell idea to local government council to establish Oredo farm produce and fruit market at Coste, which, as I speak to you now, is time follow there. So I think on our own is to bring information, tell the local government we have done that. So we are waiting for them. We also give them strategy, how they can put a stop to a whole lot of all these illegal collections inside our market. But these same bad market leaders, these same market cabal, they are frustrating that market, that Oredo farm produce and fruit market. We give the local government idea to build that cost in there because they know the very day that the local government will give that market attention, their business come to an end. So for you use your platform to also reach out to the local government. Like already local government, now they are in charge of that farm produce and fruit market, which I personally designed the ideas and reach out to the local government then, Honorable Jackie Sosunde, and they try to grade the place. So they said there is no fund to build a market. So we have tried our best.
Over to you, Austin.
Thank you so much, Comrade Lamptey. Comrade Orukwe, I want to greet you in initial language. When no one else said, you have done something great. Lamptey, it is really a shame Comrade Orugbe said something just now that is not the government fault. I want to disagree. It is squarely the government's fault. Government has changed from state to local government to ward. It simply means that the machinery of local government has somewhat failed. To have a union in a meeting or a market is not a bad thing. In fact, unionism is to help those traders and also ensure that prices are standardized. From what my brother has just narrated now, the union is not even there even for those traders. They are just there to collect money. Because unions are there to help the traders to make sure the market is in a good place, discuss with the authority, and ensure that there is a free flow and understanding between the union, those selling, and even those that are buying. From what has been described now, is just some strong people who are maybe executive members who just take money from everybody just to enrich themselves. It is very painful. Man's humanity to man. This is another form of land grabbing in a marketplace. This is another form of even herders coming again. Where are you getting the money from? You are killing your own. The same people that will come to the market to come and sell. There are better ways for this to be organized. The government, especially the local government, are absolutely culpable. And one would ask, where you don't have an elected local government, some of them are picked, so they don't even dispense their duties very well. In Western world, there is enough support from the government to farmers. Because if people are not well fed, how can you even drive anything? The government needs to be interested in this. Not even pressure groups like the likes of Orugbe. All the money we sell, how well have we developed our market? How well has it become conducive? Where are the roads to carry these things up and down? There is big trouble, my brother. And I'm happy we are discussing this now. Because at the end of the day, it's still the poor people that suffers. This really has to be addressed. I cannot thank you enough, Comrade Lante, for bringing this to the fore. And we continue to hammer about it. The government need to take this serious. And to people of Edo State who think you can become rich by killing the poor people, you need to think, where are you going to take this money to? Any money that you don't earn very well will not last you. We must consider people. In a state where people don't have money, they can't even feed. You have to pay huge amount of money. I understand the Osarojo, the secretary reduced the money to 150, but that's not the proper process. There need to be things in place so that where people go against it, they are dealt with. We've got huge trouble in our hands. But I thank you, Orugbe, for bringing it to the fore.
Thank you very much. I want to call on, there's a lady in our midst. Thank God, Sister Our Blessing is still here. Sister Our Blessing, I don't know how much you have listened and what you would like to say coming from a woman. You can unmute yourself, man.
Firstly, I must commend Comrade Lucky Orugbe for what he has been doing in Eden. In fact, he has been beating a lot of things that have happened to him. I'm one of his #1 fans. You know, people are just wicked. They are evil. But I have to be honest here. Comrade Lucky Orugbe said the government is not involved. I agree. They are not involved, but they shouldn't say that they are not out there. Do you know these days when you take 100,000 naira to the market, you can barely get all the foodstuffs that you need to take home from 100,000 simply because of how prices have hiked up in Benin. When they were selling a bag of rice for 40,000 naira in this Benin, in other states they were selling rice for 21,000, but in Benin they were selling for 40,000. I don't know why. When it comes to Benin, there's always a difference. So this union thing, Comrade Orugbe will do his best by always calling them out. But the government need to critically look into their activities to eradicate these people collecting money and oppressing these market women. Because, we cannot continue to fold our hands and allow the society to be destroyed because we don't want to offend some certain individuals. So I don't really know much to say about this thing because almost all the unions, they all have their series of complaints here and there because of this money they are always collecting from them. And when they don't pay, they will beat them up, seize their goods, and they are remitting the money to one chairman, who in turn will take money to parties, to club. Outside, you see them, they'll spray 1 million naira in a party. I don't have a problem with spraying 1 million in a party. But when you are making your money legitimately and you want to waste it, it's fine. But not when you are getting this money from the pains of our poor mothers, and yet you don't even have anything reasonable to do with the money. So you see, when it comes to this traders union stuff, I really do not know what to think or even say. Sometimes when I'm watching Orukpe's video, I will just start crying like, why are people so heartless? So it's still the government that will provide solution to what's happening in our market. It's only the government that can do that because they'll be able to, they know these people that are collecting this money. They know them. So that's all I have to say, sir.
Thank you very much. Over to you, Dr. Agbons.
Yeah, thank you, my brother. It's been a catalog of issues that we've been looking at today. But I just to digress a little bit, this week, as part of the activities to mark the 30 years of the creation of Edo State, the state governor, His Excellency Governor Godwin Nogegase Obaseki, in a virtual ceremony, I think it was on the 4th of August, inaugurated a steering committee for the establishment of the Edo State Diaspora Agency. So in that committee, we have it's an 8-member committee that the governor has set up. A lot of diaspora people are there. We have Dr. Loretta Ogboroko. She's a member from the UK. We have Dr. Johnson Odibo. He's a member from Zurich in Switzerland. We have Professor Issa Odidi. He's a member of this committee. He's from Canada. Then we have His Excellency Ambassador Adesuwa Biki Waifo. He's from Dar es Salaam in Tanzania. We also have our big uncle Sonny Rabo, the media guru. He's a member of the committee as well. So this committee, the governor has given them 30 days to come up with a report, amongst which is a bill that will give legal backing to the establishment of this diaspora agency. That is one, and then they are also going to source for the DG, the Director General of the committee as well. So of the agency as well. So it's a huge, for those of us those in the diaspora, this is a huge statement of intent by His Excellency the Edo State Governor, leveraging on the power of the Edo diaspora, as major stakeholders in the development of our state. Like you see a lot of issues we're already talking about. So this committee has already swung into action since their inauguration 3 days ago, preparing their report. So for me, it is a very, very huge welcome development, because when you look at the 17 million diasporans in Nigeria, Edo State, we are in the majority. So the governor putting this steering committee together, and we are hoping that very, very shortly this committee will submit their report and the Edo State Diaspora Agency will come to fruition. So, pharmacist Comrade Iremira, what have you got to say concerning this new development?
Before Iremira comes on, Orugbe, please stay, just hang on, but we are still coming to the matter of this exploitation taking place in Edo State. We just want to release this information so that we come back and conclude with this matter. Yes, over to you, Austin Iremira. You are muted, sir. You can unmute yourself.
Thank you so much, Comrade Lamte. The Comrade Show is absolutely filled up with huge amounts of activities and events going on today. I really commend you and the team for this wonderful show today. Dr. Tony Agbons has situated it very well, talking about the steering committee that has been constituted by the Edo State government. I think it's a beautiful coincidence in the month where Edo State becomes 30 years and the diaspora is having a great movement. And the governor, in his wisdom, have thought it wise to set up this steering committee with a view to establishing the diaspora agency. Those in diaspora contribute hugely, especially people from Edo State, to the economic growth, development of our state and indeed Nigeria. So it couldn't have been better. I'm just waiting for 30 days to come quickly so that we can have the agency in full swing. And looking at the caliber of people that are in that steering committee, I'm reassured and full of hope that their deliberation will give good fruits and also give the necessary advice to Governor Obaseki, and they are going to have quality persons that will be suggested to the governor to lead the agency. I'm just very happy. And I think if that is fully on ground, it will also help us resolve, apart from the issues in diaspora, the many issues that we've talked about today that are happening internally in Edo State. But overall, I'm thrilled. August has been very beautiful, and that news came as a very, very huge package directed towards the Edo at 30 celebration. I'm so happy for that.
Thank you very much, my brother. I'm aware that the diaspora home front will go ahead and celebrate Edo at 30. I'm equally aware that the committee set up, in Edo State by the Edo State government presented some excuse to the governor of Edo State on why they are postponing, the celebration, from the Edo State home front. Yes, Agbos, can you speak to that, please?
Yeah, I think what you heard is obviously true. They alluded to the fact that because of the suspicion of the Delta variant of the COVID-19 infection, they cannot guarantee the safety of people moving towards the ending of the month. They are projecting that it may not be very safe to adhere to social distance and all that. That excuse for me was very tame and lame. I don't buy that at all, because even as we speak, I've seen social media, a lot of them are attending parties and all that. But be that as it's made, those of us in the diaspora, we have decided to kick on with all our activities and all the program. So while the state is saying November, before they will do the physical activity in Benin, we are going ahead with the diaspora Edo State at 30 celebration.
Thank you very much. So just to put us in the know. Yes, Comrade Orugbe, you have raised a very serious matter. To be honest with you, I just could not keep up with do we still have Orugbe in the house?
I think his network just went off.
Okay. Now, Orugbe raised a very sensitive matter. I could not keep up with the pace of how I feel about it. But you see, this is the reason why, part of the reasons why Edo State has largely remained the way it is. The other day, a bag of cement was selling for 4,000 naira. And we're all crying Edo State. And meanwhile, some other states around, they were selling for less than 3,000 naira. The only reason is because those of us who are privileged in those states to be in position, where some of these things pass through, we make it difficult so that by the time it gets to the common man, it is the worst part of it that we get to receive. How can we have all of these processes? How? I'll come to you, my brother Iremira, before Rupe comes on. Iremira, is this not diabolic?
If there is something more than being diabolic, I don't think any adjective would be enough to quantify it.
It is satanic.
If people, Tony and Comrade, if people come from heaven or somewhere to set this for us and they are treating us like this, it will be understandable. But to say that we, ourselves, our own people, our fellow Edo, our brothers, our sisters, come on. You can still make money from the trade, but not always put an human face to this. Even while we are blaming government, we also need to ask ourselves this question. And like our blessing said, after you make all this money, you go to church and mosque, or maybe the palace, to go and get chieftaincy title, to be knighted. Vanity upon vanity. All is vanity. Our state is creative. They've got lots of people. The more you have more people, the more you make more business. How can you have a state that is seriously involved in development, in selling, people are there, and our prices are increasing? It shouldn't be. It is sad to say the least, Lamte. And just talking about it is not enough. Government, I repeat, government has got its hands full. The earlier we start addressing this, the better for all of us.
Over to you, my brother.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Lamte. Like what Austin have said, we are our own problem. That is the way I see our people. Our own, and we keep saying, oh, we want change, we want change. We are our own problem. This is more like animal farm. Dog eat dog. Rat race. Rat race.
And you know,
land grabbers.
Sorry to interject, sir. You know, Orukpe revealed that there's a certain woman called Blackie.
Yeah.
She's a market leader. She's got 20 shops here, 50 shops there.
Yeah.
What is, I mean, like is this a cabal? Like a cabal of a sort to just, you know, milk out everybody for their own, just very small individualistic interests?
I think
in the light of that, Agbons, what can we do to liberate Edo State permanently from this social and economic subjugation?
I think I was in a meeting, I think Edo State Town Hall meeting, where the governor met with us virtually. I'm just playing back some things in my head now. And I know, and now I not really know why the governor was saying some of the things he said in that meeting that day. And you have said it, Lamte, this is why we are where we are today. We need a system that works. Because every time we talk about, oh, building road, doing this one, constructing this, constructing that, we need to start, you know, constructing the mentality of our people. Because that is where we need to start from. And with the way you do it in the society is by putting laws in place and making sure that those laws are enforced. I know some people will attack me now and say, we get plenty law. But I think where we are, even with the land grabbing issue, is all about making sure that these laws are enforced. If people are punished for wrongdoing, the thing that has made the Western world to develop is that people, when they do wrong, they get punished and it is made public. So everybody will know. But in our own, nobody ever gets punished. But I believe that knowing the kind of system that this governor is putting in place, I believe that when the full machinery of government, you know, begins to run, I believe some of these things will stop. And that is why the first thing when Lucky Orukpe was talking, I was like, this is actually an issue for the local government to handle. Agreed, there are no elected local government officials now, but the local government, they have local government secretaries and people go to work in all our 18 local governments. So these people, they should do their job. Some of them just go to the office and sit down because it is lawlessness that has brought all these things to bear. When there is a fear of the law and there's a fear of repercussion and punishment for wrongdoing, some of these things will stop.
Talking of the full machinery of government, Comrade Iraniran, I would rather say that issues with the full machinery of government not being in place is somewhat an impediment to some of these things.
Well, where we are is very new to us. We've not been here before. So it will be out of place to say that it's not also an issue. because the government hasn't got everybody in there. So to some extent it is, but I wouldn't blame it on that, because all these problems, although it's coming to the fore now, because of the likes of Orupe telling us, it has been there for some time. Maybe it has not been this grievous, but these problems have been there for some time. Yes, we can say that the non-formation of proper government in Edo State could have contributed, but this has been there for a very long time. But again, the government doesn't really need to have all this in place to do the needful. Like I said, just going back to your broadcast during the week, I was happy when you showed another video of that woman whose land was taken from Okhoromi and is been given. But I'm not happy, although I don't have the full details, if the government hand was not on it. Because we need to have a government that is responsive. I know some people in government watch your program. I want to be happy. Maybe when we discuss later, you will tell me in confidence that yes, the government was involved. Because those are those small things that we quickly need some form of proactiveness. I would expect tomorrow as well that the government should quickly key into this and begin to find quick solution, immediate solution to it while you plan for a lasting one. But Baseki has not got all the time. It's only 3 years left. So whatever we have to do now, we need to put it in place, gazetted, so that things will begin to flow.
Thank you very much, my brother, comrade, pharmacist Austin Iremira. Yes, Edo people and Nigerians across the world. I'm afraid this is the much we can take. I want to thank my brother, comrade, Orupe, for coming. He's been, trying to reconnect back, but I'm sure that he's having technical, glitch here and there. And so, but I can assure you that we just opened this conversation. We just opened the book. We're going to follow through with it. Every now and again, we're going to be talking to Orupe. We're going to want to know exactly what is happening. We're going to want to use this platform to expose that which we can expose as much as possible. Nothing is going to be hidden. Nothing. Okay, because we are all in the vanguard of Edo must move forward. And if Edo must move forward, every little thing we've got, we have to contribute it towards making Edo a better place. What we are hearing, we are not there. We are not there. And of course, my colleague just now alluded to the fact that this is one of the reasons why the government of Edo State always say that there is a need for us to build institutions, and that's what it's been doing. A lasting institution, not even the issue of roads or this or that, you understand? But the kind of corruption that has crippled or that is crippling the entire system is beyond understanding. Beyond understanding. I think this call is from. Okay, I thought that was trying to call in. It's beyond understanding, so we cannot take it. So we actually started this program by looking at the issue of the protest for tomorrow. I want to encourage everybody. Let's be part of it. It's the only voice we've got right now to draw the authorities. I'm glad they said they will go to the palace of the Oba of Benin. They will go to the government house. They will go to the NUJ. These are very key places they need to go to and all of that. We expect that the protest will be peaceful, largely, as much as possible. And hopefully, after the protests, I'm equally glad at the commitment of the organizers to say they will follow through with everything they've started. That it's not a question of a one-off matter, So we will stay close to the matter. Please, if you are not yet following the Comrade Show, you have not subscribed to the Comrade Show. Follow us on our Facebook channel. Subscribe to the YouTube channel so that you can be part of this conversation all the time. I want to apologize to those who try to call in. It is not a day for us to take calls because we had so many people who were interviewing at the time, and all of that. So hopefully, subsequent programs we're going to be taking calls. And for those who have been interacting, writing on Facebook and on YouTube, your names, too many of you. I want to say a very big thank you. It's because you guys encourage us. That's why we are doing what we are doing. And of course, I want to salute my ever resolute, ever committed, brothers and comrades in the house. Talking of, Dr. Agbons, comrade Dr. Agbons. Please say hello to the people, my brother.
Yeah, thank you very much. Our people all over the world and those who are, you know, in this struggle to ensure that our state, Edo, becomes a place where majority of our people are happy and not just a few. Do have a blessed new week.
Yes. Over to you, my brother, comrade pharmacist Austin Iremira. Top man.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Comrade Lamte. This has been really good. But just before I go, I want to speak to two categories of people. The people that do this in our state, some are parents and we have children. If your parents are involved in this and you are a child, it will be good to advise them to let them see the other side, because it's not all about money. And I also want to appeal to people that will be protesting tomorrow. If you are not happy with what they are doing, please don't go there to cause problem. Just sit in your house. If you have the time, please try to be part of it. We don't want the protest to be hijacked. We want the protest to fulfill its mission. And the mission of the protest is to let Edo government and people know that the citizens are not happy, especially with land grabbing. On that note, I want to thank you so much for being part of us. For those who have shared and made comments, God bless you all, and may you all have a very pleasant and good week.
Yes, my people, from me to you, my name is Comrade Lamte. With Bay, you know, of course, with the Comrade Show, and of course, this segment is called A Comrade and Friends. Please keep a date with us next Sunday. We're going to be live again with yet, you know, other matters, if not affecting Edo State, but affecting Nigeria. That's what we do here. That is what we do here. So follow us on our Facebook channel, click on the notification button, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and let's keep talking about these things until those responsible to making the change, they hear us, until they move, until the change comes. We will be here from the Comrade Show. Have a blessed week ahead, and bye for now.